Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Anderson, and I'm coming to you with another episode of Quantum Living New Earth podcast on January 8th, 2025. It's incredible. The energies are incredible. It definitely feels like we are on an acid trip. Now, everything is very lucid, very fluid, and very movable right now. And you may not see that if you are somebody who's kind of still stuck in the rigidity of the past, trying to define your future based on past information. So today I just have a lot on my mind. I am thinking about what comes next and what we need to be doing as a individual and coming together in a community sense to create the new way that we want to live. This task is not going to be left up to the government. The government has gone away. And there's only an illusion of the government. And what's going to happen is we are going into a whole new way of being, and we have technology and a new financial system and a bridge system to take us into going into a galactic society. And we are going through an energy vortex, if you want to think of it like that, that is bringing us over to that. And it is pushing us into the feminine. So we've been living in a world that's been operated by the masculine, and which is the left brain, if you want to think about it like that, which is just tasked with, just systems and protocols on how to do things. So we're going into the divine feminine, and we're going into the feminine. And the way the feminine, everybody has the feminine and masculine within them. But our energies have been inverted and they've gotten out of balance. And so women don't know how to behave, men don't know how to behave. We can see that there's something wrong, but we don't know what it is because we don't know that this has been created for us to live like this and to specifically create these tensions. So when you know this, when you know that this is being done to you, when you know that they're trying to get you into, a 9 to 5 job, separating you from your family, separating from your children. This is an amazing time that we're in history where women have turned their affection and their love away from their children. And they are so far removed from who they are that they think that they don't want to have children. And they think that the idea of having children is just a way to enslave them because that is from the past. That is the information from the past that women were just here to be breeders, and we've been used as breeders. So I understand that piece of it, but that's actually not the truth. That's not the real. The real is when a woman is in her true essence and is not covered by false frequencies. She is nurturing, loving, caring, and she is revered. Women are revered. Mothers are revered. I mean, you are literally given the blessing of a soul that you are to take care of, love, comfort, and give it a space to thrive in. And all women can do right now is talk about how they don't want to have kids and what a burden it is. And what are you doing instead? What are you doing instead? This isn't me saying, every woman needs to have kids and, that's all you're worth. No. I want you to look at this in a different manner and look at this objectively in a sense of that have you can have you don't need to have children and think that you are enslaved, that you're enslaved. So right when just as the women need to change their understanding, it's just a misunderstanding of the frequencies and it's caused a misalignment because I guarantee you that if a man is with a woman and she has children and she is loving those kids and she is loving the husband and she's loving the animals and she's creating and living in flow, she is happy. She is happy. This idea that you need to have money and you need to have all these things set up before you have kids and that the reason why people aren't having kids is because of money, that is a lie. The reason why people aren't having kids is because of what society has told them. They spend all this money, this disgusting, gross amount of money on their weddings and on their baby showers and the time and the birthday parties, all these little things to have a perfect Instagram life. But now the truth is coming out where you actually have to take care of your kids and you actually have to research and realize what's going on so that your kids aren't being poisoned. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to have any responsibility for the new earth coming up. And having children is a massive, massive, massive blessing and benefit. And we're going to be doing that in the new earth. We're going to be repopulating it. Everybody is going to go back to the ages biologically. You're going to go back to the ages of about 25 to 30. And then we're going to be put back on here and we're going to be repopulating. So, what that looks like and how it's going to happen, I don't know. But it is going to happen. And right now, though, talking about this present now moment, we need to be focused on how we're going to come together as a community, whatever that means. So, like where I live, I had planned on, and I am going to help my community. I'm going to help the community of South Carolina, but I may or may not start with the town that I live in because of the way I've been treated here. There is going to be a time coming up real quick, though, that everybody is going to need to come together. It already is like that, but people are still on their separate mindset and doing everything separate and thinking that they want to have their separate house and all of this. And the truth is coming out that people don't really care about animals. They don't really care about one another. And so the repercussions of that are all coming out because everything that you see in your life is a manifestation of your thoughts and how you feel about things. And so you can't pretend to feel one way about something, but then think and then you act in another manner. That will give you the results that you actually should get, because the way the energies work now, whatever you put out, you get back. So that's why I'm doing these podcasts, because I want to get the information out. I want, you know, even when one person hears this information and makes decisions understanding this, understanding that the 9 to 5 jobs going away, the way we did school is changing, going away. Everything is breaking. It's already broken, but it's now being exposed as being broken. And then you guys are all seeing it, and then you're turning away from it. But that leaves a void. And that void comes in where your gifts and what you personally bring to the table needs to come forward. Needs to come forward. So just like I came forward 3 years ago telling people that I'm going to create this healing center, and then it morphed into helping the community. So let me tell you more about my community and more about the initiatives that I am putting together, so that when the system changes, I am ready. Like, I am ready to help and get the ball moving in my area. And then the people that I have in the reality shifters, anybody in there that has their stuff together and they're ready to move, I will be working with them and helping them move through this, because I help with all the business stuff. Like, you have to learn how to set all this stuff up. You're not going to be able to just sit there and just snap your fingers. This money is going to change you. And if you're not used to dealing with money, you're going to lose it all. You're not going to know what to do with it. So this community living is coming, and it's going to organically happen as people awaken and their consciousness is illuminated. They will they will just start coming together, and we're going to have Stargate travel, and all of this stuff is happening. So this is all happening. Just think about it in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years. So if you want to just sit around and wait and not be a leader in the new world, you can do that. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. There are two kinds of people, it seems. There's people that want to be comfortable, and there's people that want experiences. And both ways are fine. I'm somebody that wants experiences. I have been on this wanting to change things in a dramatic way. And now I have everything cleared that I will be able to make these big changes. And it's really interesting seeing kind of the changes that are happening around here. And property goes for sale because I want to redo, create kind of like a village that has everything that we want in it, that doesn't have any poison in it. And we're going to have our own token and everything. So when you come into my community, you'll exchange your money, probably your XLM, for the token, and then we keep track of everything based on the token. So however many treatments are done here, we'll know because of the tokens. And I'm going to put together a whole entire community, and people will be able to come in and get their different services and do their different things. But for me, my main part of it that I'm really working on is the healing center slash spa, and getting all of that here for everyone to start getting healing while we're in this 3 years, 25, 26, 27. Um, we're going to be, I need people to be healthy so that they can actually rebuild, be a part of this, and get a clear mind. Right now, people don't have a clear mind. they're still thinking separate and thinking about their separate businesses and their separate families, and everything is separate. And they don't get it. They literally don't get it. And people aren't coming together. They're waiting for something, and there's nothing to wait for. So I can't force people to come together to work with me, and I don't need to force them. I'm starting to think that my community is going to get created maybe through people that I haven't even met yet or don't even know who they are. Um, and that's how it's going to be, because I'm not seeing anybody else that is really wanting to have these discussions. I listened to Alex Collier the other night, and he was actually talking about this. We need to start talking about creating our communities. We need to start getting together and creating how we want to live and what we want to do and putting our resources together. And that's not just money. So once everybody has money, then what? How are the communities going to get created? So you're living in your spec home right now, and you have millions of dollars. So you're going to just go buy a mansion or something that you've always wanted to. And then what? What's going to happen to that community? What's going to happen to the people there? Okay, the majority of people, and probably everyone listening to this podcast, unless it's people that are in my community, if you don't know me and you don't know what I'm about, the chances are that you don't know about XRP, you don't know about the new economy, you don't know about anything happening. And so all of those people, they're not going to have XRP. Now, maybe we're going to get our money back from the Suvi trusts and all of that birth certificate money. Maybe. But it doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't really make sense to me that we would, but I don't know. So what I do know is that there's just a small percentage of humanity that has been gifted the opportunity to create space for people to transition through this time into the golden age. We will be firmly in it in 2032. We're not going to be doing this forever, even though it seems like it. We're not going to be doing this forever. We're going to finally get through this, and it looks like we're coming up to the culmination of events right now. We're here on January 18th today, Saturday, January 18th. Tomorrow is the 19th. And I think that Trump is doing some type of a rally or doing something. Melania is giving out lots of comms. There's just so much going on. Elon, everything's getting away from this political thing. They're not going to have the inauguration. It's not going to be, there will be an event, but it's not going to be an inauguration. It's just all of that's over with. It's over with. Just like Bitcoin's over with. So everybody needs to realize this, that there is a silent war that has been going on for 60 years. And there was a group of people that finally had enough and started this, and the light side has won, and we are taking our rightful places, and we are now getting ready to rebuild humanity. Right now, we're busy tasked with trying to wake humanity up while everybody's taking their naps, going to jobs, going on vacation, totally oblivious to what they should be doing. All of everybody's efforts, 100%, should be focused on their health, their children, their animals, and getting ready for this massive, massive event that's going to completely change your life. I'm not sure how long we have to continue to go on and alert people and continue to be shunned and continue to not get views and continue to have all of the muggles get all of the attention and continue to have our TikToks and everything else banned and shunned. I don't know. But the way you guys can help this movement, okay? If you guys want something to do and you're like, I want to be a part of this, Monica, but I don't know what to do, you can start. You can start by forwarding my podcast to somebody, by forwarding videos that I do, my information. Join the reality shifters. It's just a few bucks a month. I also have in that nobody is taking advantage of it, but I created a quantum transformation course that is a life-changing course, and I guarantee the course. And that is in the reality shifters. So you can join, you can take that class, and there's just so much out there for you to raise your vibration and to affect change. And I want you guys to raise your vibration and to affect change for the better, because I can't do it all on my own. I can't do it all on my own. And I'm doing the best that I can. But I am being silenced and I am being, you know, just pushed about. And then also, my heart is getting more and more to the point where I am not going to be swayed and have my vibration lowered because of the nonsense that goes on social media. But social media is the new kind of commerce, it's kind of the new town square. And if you're not on social media, nobody knows what's going on. And so I am continuing to get out here. And I want you guys to know all of the things that I'm offering for you to get through this time, to deal with your health. And I am actually changing people's health for the better and moving the needle. And it's amazing. And I'm also doing it with people's pets. And I'm utilizing it through my coaching and through my frequency and software scans, which is a quantum software that I take your voice and your picture, current picture, and I put it through the software and it analyzes it and it tells me every single thing that is going on with you. It tells me all the cancer frequencies that you have in your system, all the emotions that you have that are bothering you. Um, Everything, anything and everything. Your sensitivities, your chemical sensitivities, your spinal energy. So how well your fluid, your Christos fluid is going up your spine. All of this can be known now. All of this can be known, and it all can be done remotely. That is a huge, 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 huge difference from 5 years ago. This software has been out for 10, 15 years, but it hasn't been utilized, and I don't think it still is utilized in this way. I also utilize other forms of the software, which the software uses PEMF, and it uses Scalar, it uses Rife, uh, and it uses other types of frequencies. So this is how it works. There's all these different types of frequencies that come out and they go into your biofield. And I kind of think about them as like zapping, zapping depression, zapping loathing, whatever it is. Um, but I'm able to check my aura. That's another thing is you can check your aura with this software and you can buy this software and utilize it in your home as a non-practitioner. So they have a simplified version of it and you can utilize it for basic things and do basic scans and it really does work. It doesn't work though if you don't utilize it. So a lot of people love to buy packages from me and I just put you on a day and I scan you um, for probably about 2 hours because I'm using your aura as kind of like a baseline um, to give me an idea of where you're at. So I will show you the software. So if you're watching this video, I'm just doing this because I want as many people to know that I have it and that I'm here for them. And this will be one of the things that will be at the healing center. You'll be able to come in and get a treatment and have this treatment done. So this is the software. It's Genius Insight. So this is the area where I record your voice. So what I do is this is my panel. So as I'm talking, it'll record me and I'll let you guys see my aura live. Let's see if I've been jumped or not. But this will show you if you've been jumped, if you have any like entities, negative entities in your field that you want to get rid of. And it will allow you to see in a visual form what's going on in your field. And then you can go in and specifically balance your energies. So now I'm doing the voice harmonics on here. I'm just going to show this on the podcast, even though I know some of you guys are not seeing it, but you probably know about this. So now we're analyzing the voice. So the voice gets analyzed. I just want to show this because so many people, you watch me on YouTube and you want to know what I'm doing or how this works. So then you put in your photo. Okay, so I go take a picture or existing photo. So when you guys send me one, when you guys send me your photo and then I put it in and I'm analyzing the photo. And I press continue. And then in here it says energetic affirmation. So the energetic affirmation that I put on everybody is abundance is a condition of my life. Because that is our motto at the Reality Shifters and it is my motto. So I put that in there. And so that phrase, abundance is a condition of my life, that will be over them during the treatment. So right now I'm just showing you my personal aura. I mean, I'm pretty brave doing it live. But let me show you the system overview now. So here is a system overview. This is my personal system overview. And it shows you the things that are in red are the things that are just surfacely kind of bothering me and are out of alignment. And the things that are in yellow and green are, more balanced. And then the things that are in blue, those are things that are really, kind of core things that are messing up or affecting, I should say, my biofield. So for me, it says today's stress is bothering me. And then I go in and then look, I clicked on today's stress and then I click on what about today's stress is getting to me, is affecting my field. And then it tells me, and again, with the colors, it will tell me which things are affecting me the most, which are these blue. These are core things, and red are the surface things. So I look on here and I see heavy metal toxicity, fungus, kidneys, and lymphatic. Okay, so those are all things that I need to address. So what I can do is I can take those items and put them in a tray, and then I can scan them, scan those frequencies to balance them. But let's look at my aura. So my aura, my life force energy. So here is my aura listed as aura. So you go in here, okay, and it's going to scan your photo. It's going to scan my photo. And you want your life force energy to be between 4 and 600 with this software. And mine was like 396, I think. So let's see. I just got off a live from a TikTok live. So let's see. Oh, here is my aura. So you can see now there is some holes in my aura right here, this white. Okay. And there's also some darkness in there. There's some darkness in there. Um, okay, here's another view of my aura. So that blue, you can see it there. So there are some darkness in here. I can see it. I can see it in these rings. So in between these rings, okay, there's things that I want to clear. I also want to fill this up. And I also want to expand my aura. This aura, and it's also a little bit blurry. I want it to be crisper. I want more rings. The colors are okay. You know, they're consistent. You don't want to see a whole bunch of different colors of rings. So I will go in here and look. Okay, so my chakras are listed in blue. So I can look at my chakras and see my crown chakra and my solar chakras are out of alignment. So I could go in here and just click quick balance and just work on aligning my chakras. Okay, I can do that and I can set it for, I can set it, I can set the time of the scan for up to 30 minutes at a time. But you could just go in here, balance your chakras, you know, which you need to do every single day. You want to make sure they're spinning and working. So this is the future of healing, things like this. So I have other things like these Qui coils that I use. These Qui coils, they hook up to like an iPad or a type of device. And within the device, there is all these different frequencies that you can play. And they go through here, and this magnifies the frequency. So I actually have a big red one of these that I got, and I use it and do like 12D, this 12D meditation, and it's like intense. So this is all to get into that creation mind, to clear those densities that are over you. So it's not that you're transforming, you know, you are transforming, you do transform once you get into these higher energies, but you're just this frequency devices and this frequency software. I kind of think about it as like a fast track for healing. It like quickly heals you. So these are the things that I utilize in my that have been a game changer, and I barely have to utilize anything. So it's not expensive. And my husband's been doing this. And then I have the reality shifters. Some of them are doing this. The only thing that I utilize for my health, I do not spend money on a bunch of supplements or anything. I use sound and frequency healing. So I just cleared my chakras. So let's see how that changed my aura. So now I can scan my aura again. So this is giving you an idea. So I just balanced my chakras. I just balanced my chakras, and I'm going to bet it might be dark in the middle because I see it past that red, that pink. But let's see. So sound and frequency healing. And then I only use products that are helping to adjust my DNA, repair my DNA. Yeah. See, now the aura, well, it showed orange. So, see, this is not the best aura, but I've got the purple, which is the Saint Germain. I take it as a Saint Germain frequency. Um, But you can see me balancing my aura, how much it changed. It did fill up the aura and it did expand it a little bit. So that's good. That's good. But there is something pulling on my energies. So, one thing too, I can look at that I love to look at. Okay, my emotional panel. My emotional panel is red. So, euphoria, remorse, despair, confusion, wonder, embarrassment, loneliness, shame, hope, and misery are in my field. So, some of those I picked up, from being on the live. These blue ones, though, these are more deep seated emotions that have more of a hold on me. Sorrow, hysteria, interest. Yeah, I'm going hysterical. But this is really cool. So I can balance my emotions. I can balance just my emotional panel. If you had this, ladies, and you want to check your husband, you can go in and give him a little zap. You can do it for your kids. But this is the future. We will have things like this in our home. We will have frequency devices in our home. Behind me, that red device, it's called a Somovedic. Some of you guys might have heard about it, but it's got a Tesla coil inside, plus it's got crystals inside, and it emits a field. The red one emits the love frequency, which is 528. So it's emitting a field, I think it's around 3,000 square feet. Field that it emits. And if you guys want one of those Soma Vedics, you can get a discount with Raw with Peace. It's either Raw with Peace or Raw Peace. You can get 10% off and you can get it at somavedic.com. But they have copper ones that you can actually, or they have an amber one that they customize it to your frequency that you personally need. I'm not sure how they do that, but they have a green one, which is awesome. I have that one in my bathroom. So you're going to have all these frequency devices. You have frequency devices around your home. You're going to have the Starlink satellite. The sun is giving off frequencies, healing frequencies. All of this stuff is going to be available to you. We are not going to be utilizing Western medicine. We're not going to be utilizing Western medicine anymore. Some of you might. If you want to, you can, because it's going to be as available as people want it. But I'm going on overdrive. I'm going on overdrive so that it's not available. So it gets pushed out. That's why I'm doing the healing center and I am healing people as we speak, even though the majority of people aren't taking advantage of this frequency healing because they don't believe that it works. And they think that they can figure it out by taking their prescriptions or doing whatever they're doing. And people just have to get to a point. They just have to get to a point where they're completely floundering, you know, and the universe is pummeling and pummeling and pummeling the energies until you guys wake up. Until you guys wake up and look for another way to be and not utilizing old ways of being to try and figure out how to live your new life. We're going into a whole new way of being. The way you've been doing things is not going to work any longer. And if you keep on doubling down on this, if you keep on doubling down on this, you are going to see that. Okay, so look at here is my aura now. There's a little bit of brownness here near my heart, you know, but this is more consistent green in that heart chakra that we're all going into. But everybody, the point of what I'm telling you about is I'm telling you that the world is completely changing. Everything is changing. We are in a quantum world now. We're on the new quantum financial system. We are we are going to have flying cars. We are going to have a world that was only maybe in your imagination. We're not going to be sick anymore. We're not going to have a dis-ease anymore. And the soonest that you want to feel better, you can. There is no waiting. All of this is available now. There are people living on these higher timelines. There are people that do not get sick at all. They understand that it is purely a mental game. Okay. You don't have to be sick right now. You don't need to say it's flu season and just think that, oh, it's flu season. Let me get my annual flu. I haven't been sick in over 5 years. And that's not talk about ascension symptoms and sniffles and little things like that and throwing up and different things like that as your energies have adjusted. No, I'm talking about being down and out, bedridden sick. How is that possible? My husband has not been sick. And my husband, before I met him 10 years ago, he every year got bronchitis, every year was sick. He weighed over 100 pounds more than he weighs now. He was a grumpy person and not happy. And now he's at least 100 pounds lighter, does not get sick, is out there gardening, taking care of ducks and bunnies. And that is the last thing that he ever thought he'd be doing. But him and I, we are loving the life that we're creating with our daughter, Natalie, who's 6 years old. And she is never going to know a life of suffering. She's never going to know a life of lack. And she doesn't know it now. And she is busy creating amazing things. And I am busy creating our future timelines. And I cannot wait to travel with her. And I want to say to the world, if you are loving this information and you want to be a part of this kind of life, kind of think about it as like the Jetsons and the Little House on the Prairie. The Garden of Eden is back, and we're all returning to the Garden of Eden. And we are all growing ourselves and our souls to be able to live in this amazing cosmic world that we're going into. And we are excited. And there is a group of us, though it's tiny. But if you at all resonate with this information, I'm looking for you. I'm here. please join me at therealityshifters.com. We're all gathering there. And then as things change, I can just go in there and we can pivot everybody to the different information. So if you're looking for a humanitarian project to support, if you're an XRP holder or a Zimbon holder or any of that, and you want to support humanity, but you don't know right now, you can come over to the Reality Shifters and we have people that are going to be investing in Raw with Peace, my company, and then I am investing in everybody in different ways. So some people I will want to hire for the different positions I need. So if you have skill set or you can learn a skill set, my biggest thing is that you have a heart for this. I'm looking for high level people in terms of working with my executive team, which is myself and my husband. And then I want different people that will handle different aspects that I can task with different aspects. For instance, like the pet chambers. I want somebody that will get involved and get everything kind of planned and organized for the pets. Um, and different things like that. So there's so many things, but nobody is willing to really seriously talk about it because they want to stay in their 3D jobs and they want to do their 3D lifestyle. But I am not going to worry because I know for a fact that where I'm going, there is a technology and the people there, and that I personally don't have to stress because my life is going to be taken care of. But you have to make that choice. We are creating our own timeline by everything that we say and do is creating our future. So, what are you saying? What are you doing? Where are you putting your energies? Where is your focus? Are you focused on creating the timeline and the life of your dreams? Or are you focused on complaining and just going on that hamster wheel and going to your job? It's holding you back and you are going to be left behind. So nobody is going to give you the green light to tell you to quit your job. But you must do that in order to be able to see what it is that you are to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. So I will just leave everyone with that. And I would love for you guys to comment below wherever you're listening to this. Comment below what your plans are, what your questions are, where are you at in all of this? Are you looking forward to the things that come? Are you seeing this timeline, this higher timeline come into fruition, or are you still wondering what I'm talking about? Remember, there's hundreds and if not thousands of different timelines, okay? But they're all merging together into one. So you can instantly jump onto the timeline that you want to be on. But what we're talking about right now is being able to sustain that timeline. Because every time you jump back, then you're back in those energies. Does that make sense? So it's like when you go and you go travel to somebody's house, like you come over here, you're traveling to a higher timeline. But if you go back to your house and do the same things that you're doing, like you go back to your house and you go back to work, and then you're frustrated because you're like, oh, I got to go back to work. It's not like Monica said. No, you just jumped back on the lower timeline, and the lower timeline does not feel good. And the lower timeline is only operating within that frequency. So when you go to your job, we'll just use a job for an instance. When you go to your job that you do not like, it's like you're accelerating that frequency of dislike. So you're going to get more of it. You're going to get more of it. You're going to actually create more and have more if you would have instead said, no, I'm not going to trade my soul for money today. I'm not doing it. Don't believe in it. Doesn't align with my heart. I'm not doing it. The universe would be like, oh my God, she's waking up. Thank God. And it would send something. It would send you whatever it is that you think that you need. And that's something else that happens. A lot of the stuff that you think that you need, which is why you're working, when you stop working for money and you start working for the universe supports you 1000%. But by going to work every single day at this point, you are saying, you won't support me, universe. That's a lie. I don't believe it. And so the universe is like, oh, okay. And you will get exactly what you say. So do you see how you're creating your timeline? You're creating this. It's like I can look at anybody, anyone, and talk to them, and I could tell you how that timeline was created. How, even without them speaking now, I can see the frequency. I know basically how they eat. I know basically how they think because all of these frequencies make they're consistently make up a certain thing. So if you want something different, you have to do something different and you have to do radical things. You have to take radical risks. I actually think it's more risky to stay in the matrix and to work 9 to 5. Now, this is not me not acknowledging that it is scary to do this. Okay. I know it is because I have done it. I have done it and I'm currently doing it. I'm currently not getting a job and I do this full time. My job is my company. I opened up my business, but I opened up my coaching business with the idea of helping people, not, oh, let's see if I can sell these packages and make all this money. Abundance is the condition of my life. So that means that money is going to be here as a tool because that's what's needed to move the needle. And so far, every single thing has showed up that I've needed and then some. It's like, have I had the actual dollars that I don't want, but dollars to do all the things that I've done this year for my business? No, but I just pushed it through and it's all coming about. So let's see what happens in these next couple days. I'm going to be watching things obviously very closely. And I will be on here and do another podcast, but please review my previous podcasts. I have lots and lots of information to help you get through this time. And I would love for you to download the podcasts, for you to share the podcast. Downloading the podcast really helps the algorithm and makes Buzzsprout and Apple and all that know that people want this information. And so they push it out more. So you're doing a huge service to humanity getting this quantum New Earth Living podcast out, which the podcast is all about how to live in these new energies. And I am somebody who is actually living in the new energies, and I am creating businesses or a lifestyle brand to share it with you. So I'm putting together every single thing that I have utilized. I'm also a licensed esthetician and I've been in the beauty industry in different ways, but I've been a licensed esthetician for 12 years and I've been in the beauty industry for 40 years. But I also created a product called my nanotech scrub, which I wish I had the one with the label on it. But definitely you want to move the needle in a luxurious way. Get my nanotech scrub, and I have it in a 16 ounce. So most body scrubs come in an 8 ounce, and I have it in a 16-ounce size. So double the size, same price. And it is boron, Epsom salt, magnesium, frankincense oil, rose geranium oil, DMSO, and almond oil. So all of this will go right into your bloodstream. It completely resurfaces and smooths your skin. And if you know anything about borax, you know that it is a detox and it goes into the cells and it gets out the nanotech that you have in your body. And I have been using this religiously twice a day now for about a month. And I have literally, there was literal holes in my arm and things, and there's still that you will literally see the nanotech coming out of your body. And you want that out of your body because that gets all the heavy metals. It's getting the heavy metals out. And when you have these heavy metals heavily in your body, that demagnetizes you. And what is happening with this big event that's happening is a large magnetic field is going to come down. And it's going to be large because it's going to be from many, many ships. So thousands, I guess, thousands of ships are going to fill the sky. This is what I'm seeing. Let's see. Let's see. But thousands of ships are going to fill the sky, and they're going to bring down a magnetic field. This is why they put heavy metal and they've used glitter, which is a metal, in all the spraying and everything they did with the chemtrails, okay, to demagnetize you. So I would recommend getting magnets as well. I used to have these little gold magnets sitting here, but I don't know where they are. But you get some magnets and carry them with you. You get crystals and carry them with you. Whatever you can. Do the zeolite spray with the DMSO, with the zeolite spray, DMSO, and the nanotech scrub. These three things alone, and I carry all of these things at shoprawwithpeace.com. I now have the 4-ounce size of DMSO in that comes with a dropper like this, okay, which this is equivalent to 10 drops. And you can drop it down your ear, you can drop it down your throat, you can put it in your belly button, you can mix it with castor oil. So this is the DMSO that I have, and I have it in a smaller size like this from this brand. So I recommend getting the small one and a larger size, either the 8-ounce or 16-ounce, so you can use this to fill up this one. Then at night and in the morning, you can use this nanotech scrub. So you can scrub it all over your body and do your ears, behind your ears, behind your ears, behind your between your toes, your fingernails, everywhere. Your nose, your face. It will literally clean your pores. It'll refine your pores. Okay. I don't know if you're watching this. You can see my face. If there's a filter on, I didn't put it on, but I don't put filters on the majority of my videos, and I never do it intentionally. And my face is like porcelain. And it's because I'm constantly keeping it clear and I'm constantly keeping the junk out. But getting this nanotech out And with the infusion of the DMSO, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Okay. You'll literally change, you'll literally transform because your DNA is being awoken and being connected. And there's no such thing as junk DNA. So, everybody go to shoprawwithpeace.com, get your zeolite, get your nanotech scrub. Okay. I literally created it. I literally created it for you guys. And it is so good. And I am so picky. The fact that I created it myself just makes it even better. And is going to, this is my hero product right now. I'm going to be creating a whole skincare line with the basis of the boron nitride. And that is in cosmetics, like luxury cosmetics. They've been using boron. And I didn't even realize that, but it came to me to make a line doing that. I got the scrub out for you and I want it to get out there that I have it. Okay. All of you that are shopping at Bath and Body Works, okay, if you want to change the game, you want your skin to be smooth, you want to help with firming, it firms your skin. It firms your skin. The biggest thing, though, is that it detoxes the nanotech out. And when you get that nanotech out, this is a man or woman, you get that nanotech out, you have more control. You are in more control of yourself. So I've said enough about it, but I just really want it to get out there. I want people to know it's available. And I want you guys to put your money towards things that actually work. And I've put all this together for this time. So get the word out. If you have somebody that's in the hospital, or you're caretaking, anything like that, this nanotech scrub, it will take the place of your soap, your shaving cream. Men, you use this, scrub it all over your face, okay, and rinse it off, then shave. You will love it. You will love it. And that's not even talking about what it's doing to the cells. It's not even talking about what it does to the cells. It's just too good. It's too good. And it's a hero product. And I really, really, really want you guys to all experience it. And definitely, if you have experienced it, because I have had a lot of people buy it and use it and they love it, if you could go to Shop Raw with Peace and do a review on the nanotech scrub, I would immensely appreciate it and love you for that. Also, if you have had a scan, if you've had a Genius Insight scan and you have received benefit, or if you've had coaching from me and you've received benefit from it, if you could go on my shoprawwithpeace.com, click on the item that you are reviewing and leave a review about the scans and about me, I would really appreciate it and it would really help everyone. So thank you guys for listening this long. Thank you for doing the work, those of you that are. If you're not doing the work and you're feeling overwhelmed, I am here for you. No matter where you are in the world, I meeting with people from all over the world. We are moving the needle at the Reality Shifters. So please join us there. And let me go over one more time the different opportunities you have to get into New Earth. So we have shoprawwithpeace.com and we have the realityshifters.com. And I am on YouTube at rawwithpeace_Monica. And I am on X at rawpeace122120, I believe. And I am on TikTok, which I think I'm at Quantum Mystic. But all my information, everything is listed below. So definitely connect with me, follow me on all of those. Just having the frequency in your phone of the Quantum Living podcast will upgrade you, okay, and put you at a higher frequency. It's true. And that's how I did it before. I only had things in my phone, only had things in my environment that made me excited, that raised my vibration, and that made me happy. And now I only surround myself with people, places, and things that are uplifting me and making the world a better place. And if it doesn't, then I don't interact with it. And it's like, no more excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. People want to lay around. People want to choose other things. People want to keep on holding on to the old earth. They're not going to be interacting with me. And it doesn't matter who that is. It doesn't matter who that is. And you guys can be rest assured that when you live like this, you live with no apologies, when you know that you're living within universal law, because that's what's at play here. Not a choice anymore. It's not a maybe. It's 1,000%. The only thing that matters is universal law. So listen to Neville Goddard. Listen to Napoleon Hill. Listen to Francis Scoville Shin to understand this metaphysical world that we're in and how all of this works and how the universe works. Then your life will soar. You'll surrender to it all and you will be so happy and you will never look back. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to New Earth. Glad to have you. I'm here standing with open arms and looking forward very much so to the future. And I cannot wait until we all meet and can give big hugs. That's going to be an incredible, incredible day.